Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of me talking about a movie I saw this week. And if I wanted to see a movie about an alien with a speech impediment who just goes around doing wacky things with his tech and abilities, I would watch Star Wars. I came back from home. A new animated movie about a little alien who's the misfit, who, he's the screw up, and he messes up big time, and they want him now and trying to get him, and he bonds with this Earth girl, and, wackiness, and they bond, obviously. Nothing we haven't really seen before. I've gone on record saying wasn't looking forward to this film, and it was not terrible. And I realized I don't have my trailer sticky notes on me right now. And I don't think I can really remember off the top of my head the movies. Oh, I can remember at least one in the trailer, so I'll save that. But, it's not something we haven't already seen, but, whatever. I said the same thing about Strange Magic, which I set the record straight. I've rewatched that review myself just to get an idea of it, because I occasionally do that just to get an idea of where we progressed on this channel. And I was a little overly angry at Strange Magic than I should have been. I still would have only given it maybe a 4, but I wasn't as angry with it as I was leading to believe. What happened was, first of all, I didn't like the movie overly much, and so that didn't help. But I had to drive home that day in very bad weather. It was snowing like crazy. The roads were terrible. I was slipping and sliding. So I was already perturbed coming back home. So just set record straight. Well, I didn't like Strange Magic. I was not as angry with it as I was led to believe. Excuse me for a second. That's good Deadpool. And setting that record straight. But back to home. I wasn't looking forward to this. I went in, got out, and it was what I was expecting, but I will say I actually liked it more than I thought I was going to. Get this right out of the way right now. The main character, for the first 2/3 of this film, and this movie's not much longer than an hour and a half, but for the first hour of this film, that means, this guy is so fucking annoying. And it does not help that he's voiced by Jim Parson, who does Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory, and I can't watch that show because of him. I can't stand that character. And his voice did not lend any sort of likability to this character for the first 2/3 of this movie. He is, now granted, you feel a little sorry for him in the beginning where no one really wants to be his friend because he's a screw up and all that, but I'm sorry. His mannerisms, that goddamn broken English to how he speaks. Just, I too needs to mix the pee. Or I too need to break the pee. He is the last one, and soon will be the extinct. Man. The fact that they're called boobs. And, don't think they don't make jokes with that boob. Don't think they do not make jokes with that name. Boobs. Get your boob on, man. Shake your boob thing. Shake your boob thing. My God. Show them how to do it bad. I did a better joke than what they just made in there. Even if you might not think that was a better joke. Whatever. I don't care. I thought it was a better joke. And I think one of the big reasons I did not like it is because he's voiced by Jim Parsons. If he were voiced by someone else, I might not have hated him as much as I did for the first 2/3. He was just so irritating. He got on my nerves so much for the first 2/3. That joke where you see where it's like, my name is I've been giving this name by many of my friends. Hello. You see that? I laughed. I chuckled the first time I saw it in the trailer. Any other time I saw it, did not find it funny. And I did not find it funny in this movie. When that joke came out, I'm like, let me just move on, please. So, yeah, I did not like him. I really did not like him for the first hour of this movie. And again, movie's not much longer than an hour and a half, so the 2/3 of this movie is an hour. But that being said, basically his character finally picked up for me. Like after they basically, the story is generally speaking, the Boov come to Earth to basically colonize it to escape an enemy. They I'll get into that, what I'm laughing at in just a second, but so a daughter and mother get separated because of this. The daughter goes out to find her mother. O comes along, fixes up the car, turns into a slushy powered vehicle, which is amazing. It dehoovers right better now. Dehoovers, that I didn't get, or dehovers. Why dehovers? You can say hover. Your grasp of the English language is not that terrible. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that terrible. So they did find her mother, and basically once they located where her mother was, that's when his character actually picked up on me. That we finally see more. He's not just being this awkward guy trying to basically escape punishment and stuff like that. He is in fact showing his character and stuff like that. There's a discussion in the car with them at one point. He's just like, he's explaining, and he always knew that when they said his name, they were not happy to see him and stuff like that, and they're just bonding and stuff, things like that. And the cliche of the misunderstanding that happens, that it almost always happens, where the guy says something. Basically, there's a parting of ways, but it's not done in a way that's bad, really. He's trying to protect the enemy that chased them. There is coming to Earth to destroy it. So they think, and he's trying to basically save her by bringing her onto the ship, and she doesn't want to go. She wants to find her mother and be with her mother. And he's upset that he doesn't understand this. So that is a better interpretation of like the whole, misunderstanding departure of the two of them, parting of ways. Then say, a misunderstanding that they don't understand. It's like, I hate you. Wait, this is what happened? Oh no, I was such a dumbass. Oh, I feel so bad now. No, it's better done than that. So his character did pick up for me. Surprisingly, though, all the rest of the characters are fine in this movie. The girl, her name, I want to see if I can get her actual name right. Hold on. It's Gratitui Tucci. Well, they call her Tip. And this surprised me. She was voiced by Rihanna, of all people. Like, I saw that in the credits. I'm like, wait, what? I got to check the IMDb to be sure. It's like, yeah, Rihanna voiced this girl. I would not have imagined that. And her mother, Lucy, who doesn't show up, was only in the movie for like maybe 10 minutes, but still, was voiced by Jennifer Lopez. Which, when I actually looked at the design of the character, I'm like, you know what? Give that woman a slightly bigger caboose and a bit more of a curvy figure and stuff like that, and yeah, I can see where you basically modeled that woman's appearance after Jennifer Lopez. And Steve Martin voices the captain, Captain Schmeck. Who's a complete asshole and dumbass. That is one thing I didn't like. When he does get his comeuppance, it happens, you're like, yeah, and then we see at the end, he's just, rocking out with the rest of them. I'm like, no, that's not how that should have played. He should have, received a little more punishment than that, but what you gonna do? No. Immediately when I meet this girl, I'm like instantly emotionally involved with this girl. I'm emotionally invested. She's got a fat cat named Pig who's got a little curly tail. The cat is adorable. The cat is very adorable. I can't lie about that. But the minute we see this girl, she's basically hiding out in her now destroyed apartment, and she's viewing a video of her and her mom like a day or two beforehand. And then we see a cut of when they actually got separated and her mother got taken on Christmas of all fucking things. Because that was it. It didn't click to me until actually I was talking to Mark about this movie with him when we were hanging out after the movie. They fucking kidnapped these people on Christmas. She was giving her mother a Christmas gift. And that's what she wanted to give to her. And there was a Christmas tree in her apartment. It didn't click to me. I'm like, okay, she's got a Christmas tree in there. And I see the scene where she was giving her mom a present. I'm like, oh, and then this happened. That's sad. But then it occurred to me after I got out of the movie that they did this on Christmas. My God. Mark's just like, we're going to show they're evil. And here's the thing about the Boov. Okay. First off, again, I immediately emotionally connected with the Tip character. So I'm like, I'm with this girl all the way, and she was a really good character. She was a strong girl, but she was vulnerable. She just wanted her mom back. She was basically living on hope that everything would be all right. And when we see how she reacts when she just basically loses hope for a little bit, and it's heartbreaking. And then things work out fine. But the Boov were such a fucking idiot race, and kind of they are the naive, unintentional bully, as a Mark kind of put together. They're runners away. As Captain Schmeck put it, he invented running away. He ran away from their enemy, the Gorg. Actually, that name the name of that should be the Gorg. Excuse me, the Gorg. Which I'll talk about the Gorg in a little bit, but so they ran away from the Gorg, stole their item, the shusher, boom. And basically they go from they're planet hoppers, and they basically to colonize the world, they basically relocate the native dominant species. And in this case, it was humans, and they relocate them, in this case, to Australia, of all places. And it's basically, they make these cute little houses and stuff like that, and there's fairs and stuff, whatever. It's basically what the white man did to the Native American, giving them the freaking, reservations and stuff. And I am certain, and Mark was certain when I explained to him, that this was not their intention to make this kind of, symbolism. But, he was there. And, these guys are just fucking dumbasses. They eat inorganic matter most of the time. Like a football, they call it fruit. The guy used a freaking hair dryer gun to as an inhaler. He's wearing a grill as a hat. Oranges for shoes. And they have no sense in. Besides O is the only one who's actually got individuality to him in terms of how he acts among the Boov. He's like, his password is not password as everyone other Boov is. He actually created his own password. It's unique. What Boov are not unique? Boov do not party. Boov do not have neighbors. No, Boov do not. I did. That got irritating after a while bit. I'm like, yes, we get it. You are a socialistic society that has no individual qualities whatsoever, except for this fuck up who just keeps messing up and who's all quirky for the sake of being quirky. I get it. I just stopped. I didn't care. I mean, it's a nice looking film. The effects are very nice. There are jokes that work. When she explains she got A in geometry, and then when they basically threaten her to destroy O, she basically just like, now stop it or I'll mess with your gravity thing. It's like, you'll never understand. She just goes on her tiptoes. Damn you and your tippy-toe-ness. It's like, she'll never figure it out. Excuse me, I got an A in geometry, which basically breaks down to her turning the thing upside down, so the floating rock that the Eiffel Tower is on turns upside down, because they basically reform the whole Earth with gravity things. So, which was cool in certain parts, and then they put their faces on certain monuments like Statue of Liberty and the Sphinx, and I don't know. So, and then basically the whole message of this movie is family, really, and that's a good message. And they didn't beat us over the head with it like they did in Strange Magic. And again, that was one of my biggest complaints about Strange Magic, was that they literally explained the moral to you that you would have already been able to pick up through the movie. Straight, just blatantly like, okay, kids, you didn't figure it out by now? Here it is for you. That was probably my biggest problem in Strange Magic. Apart from the fact that the excessive amount of use of songs was just irritating. Which, the soundtrack in this was fine. I mean, it's obviously there's Rihanna songs in there. I think there's some Beyonce songs too. There was a cool dubstep in there at one point when the Gorg were attacking. But it's done in the kind of Phil Collins Tarzan format, where it's kind of trying to basically tell you how to feel in this scenario. That's what I'm just thinking of. Feelings, I gotta feel this thing right now. Oh, this is sad. Especially when they're there's a song playing when they like reconnect. The mother, Lucy, the mother, and Tip, the daughter, when they reconnect. And she says, she's basically like talking to her, it's like, I missed you, and she says thank you to O, but there's a song playing over it, so you don't hear her say it, you just see her mouth it. I'm like, that kind of works and doesn't work. It works better in this than, say, it did in Tarzan, but it's still, I don't know for certain. I'm a little iffy on that. But, so basically, what happened was, and again, the idiocy of Captain Schmeck, he went basically for a peace meeting between him and the Gorg commander, and he's a little bitch, so he runs away, ends up stealing something from them, and that's what they've been chasing them for. And to be fair, and to stop right there, the Gorg had a really cool design. It's like this tentacly kind of pyramid, like pointed shapes with spikes and skulls sticking out of the spikes with like tentacly arms and stuff like that. Like, it's really cool for this kind of thing. Then we find out that the Gorg, why would you call this species a Gorg when they're like this? Or think the Independence Day when the aliens wore suits. It's the same thing here, except these are not like still like grays. It's a giant star. It's a starfish, but no bigger than my hand, that has a face in the middle. It's creepy. If you remember Nick Jr., if you remember, hi, I'm Face. Think that with actual eyes and not little black beady eyes, like eyeballs. It's kind of a little creepy. And it turns out, the little thing, the rock they took was basically the next generation of Gorg. Basically, so it was basically the kids. They stole the next generation. And, it made sense why they're coming after him and stuff like that. Turns out he was lonely and angry. He was the Sads Mad. Or the Mad Sads, or whatever fucking called the combination of being angry and sad all together. So, I don't know. It ends with a party and everyone's having fun and stuff like that. So it's a happy ending, obviously. Everyone, it has friends now, so that's, that's fine. So overall, I like the message of the movie. The message is good. The effects are good. Generally speaking, anything that doesn't have to do with O is pretty fine, actually. O is really the worst part of this movie. There's no getting around it. O is the worst part of this movie. But he at least becomes tolerable to almost likable in the last third of the movie. So I'm giving this about a 5. It is an average movie. It's not terrible. If you want to see it, I won't not tell you to go see it. It's at least entertaining enough to give it a watch. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Only trailer I got was for the Peanuts trailer, the movie, which comes out actually this year, which I forgot about, honestly. And this is the first time I've seen this trailer. And it was fun. It really was. He's Snoopy's attacking the Red Baron. Woodstock's just laughing at him and stuff like that when he messes up. Yeah, it's funny. I like the Peanuts game. It seems like a real fun time. So next week, if I'm looking at this correctly, give me 1 second here. I want to make sure I get this. This week is the 27th tomorrow, so that makes the 28th. Which makes it I'm just getting my months right for just a second here. So we are in March, so that makes so that means next week is Fast and Furious. All right, then I guess I'm going to be at Fast and Furious then. Oh, that was easy. So yeah, I guess I was gonna possibly see Danny Collins next week because that's supposed to be actually hit theaters where I am, but no, it's gonna be Fast and Furious. So I'm just gonna double check my thing. Yeah, next week's Fast and Furious. So that should be a fun time. I find them enjoyable movies. They're nothing terrible. They're nothing great either, but they are what they are, and they know what they are, and that's the important thing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one.